And one way I think to understand and appreciate the need for lifelong learning in the life of faith is, what is it, or better, who is it that we're studying? We're studying the very mystery of God. We're studying things that cannot be reduced to mathematical formulas or to facts and figures or to like a body of knowledge that we can just have full grasp over. We're dealing with mystery, and ultimately we're dealing with love, and that's something to be entered into more deeply as we go through life. Now, the Greeks had a saying, mathein pathein, which means to learn is to suffer. And those of us who have been students and gone to graduate school, we certainly know we can appreciate that. To study, to read carefully, takes discipline. There's an asceticism to that. That's part of what that expression means. But there's something else that I think's involved in that. And the reason why learning can be challenging is sometimes we have to let go of preconceived notions or things that we thought we understood, and all of a sudden we're confronted with reality that can change that. And kind of a silly example, if I might use this, is children believe in Santa Claus. And then there comes a point in time in which whether the 7th grader down the street or somebody, they find out Santa Claus, as they understood him, it doesn't exist. That's a hard thing. That can be a hard thing for kids, and as parents have to help their children navigate that. But on the other hand, it's not a healthy thing for somebody in their 20s and 30s to think of Santa Claus the same way a 2 or 3-year-old or 5-year-old thinks. So there's a sense, and analogously, our understanding of some of the most important things in life can involve our maybe having to let go of some things that we thought we had understood or that we valued or cherished and found might not be the case. And I think in terms of our learning about God is the fundamental definition of God in the New Testament in first letter of John, is God is love. And I think for many of us, it can be a real challenge to really let the mystery of God's unconditional love for each one of us, created uniquely in God's image and likeness, really sink into us and live out of that. But also, when I say live out of that, seeing what that calls forth from us, the way we look at ourselves, the way we look at others, and regard and treat them. A lot of learning can be a dangerous thing. It's important what it is we're reading. I don't think we can ever go wrong reading the Bible, and hopefully have some aids that assist us in reading the scripture well. But I would also say it's a good thing to do this with others in groups, because as I tell my students when I teach the scripture, we have the Bible in front of us. More eyes see more things, more ears hear better than just my two, and we can learn from one another. So I would encourage lifelong learning. I don't think, at least in my case, I don't think it leads to pride. The more I learn and read, the more I realize I don't know. It actually has a salutary humbling effect. That's okay, because it harkens me back to St. Augustine's favorite words, that our hearts will always be restless until they rest in God. The more that we learn about and know about God, the greater the hunger is going to give for more, because only God can fill those deep down longings and hungers that we have.